The following is a presentation of the Game Time Sports Network. From the campus of Motlow State Community College in beautiful Tullahoma, Tennessee, this is Motlow State Bucks women's basketball. And now it's game time. And a very fine afternoon. Yes, indeed, it is game time. And I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network, as we are extremely excited to be bringing you Motlow State Bucks basketball all season long. Again, I'm Jay Harper, and so excited to be here as we will be covering all of the TCCAA conference home games for Motlow State's athletics. Of course, we started the season off with that championship season with Motlow Soccer, Coach Andy Lyon and crew. And now, here we are to be on hand for Motlow State basketball. The first live stream of the season. And we've got a dandy lined up for you here as Pellissippi State here at Copperweld Arena on the campus of Motlow State. Pellissippi State, they are led by Coach Quan Dudley, and they are assisted by Cassidy Hill. They come in, of course, the season's just getting started, so we've got small sample sizes here. But Pellissippi State coming in with a 2-1 record. They're 0-1 in the conference. And they have got, Quan has got himself a pretty good roster in terms of a number of sophomores. He does have some returning players, a couple of young ladies that were on the squad last year, the twins, Ashley and Autumn Crick. And they are two young ladies that play a good inside game. They're tall, 5'10", and they can shoot from the perimeter as well. We had the good fortune at the Game Time Sports Network last season to follow Pellissippi State, so I'm pretty familiar with Coach Dudley and the Crick girls, having seen them last season. The Motlow State Bucks, they are led by Coach Daniel Price. Coach Price has got himself a rather young squad. However, they come in 4-0 on the season, 1-0 in the conference, having defeated Columbia State back on November the 7th. Only two sophomores on this young squad.
As we take a brief pause from tonight's game, we invite you to join us honoring a very special group of people here with us this evening. Today we recognize and thank the brave men and women who have served and continue to serve in the United States Armed Forces. If you are a veteran or currently serving in our military, in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard, or Space Force, we invite you to please stand where you are in the bleachers so we can recognize you. To our veterans, thank you for your courage, your sacrifice, and your unwavering commitment to protecting our freedoms. Your service inspires us all. Again, fans, please join us in a loud round of applause to respect our deepest gratitude for the veterans and veterans. At this time, please stand for our national anthem. Let's play ball.
So as we begin to get underway here with the first home conference game for Motlow State. Again, Pellissippi State coming to Motlow State.
Number 10, Miss Ashley C. Number 15, Emilia. 21, Carly H.
Okay, we've got a little different introductions here for the visiting Panthers. The Lady Panthers of Pellissippi State.
Number 3.
They have, it appears, 6 sophomores on the squad. They would be Allie Jones, Maya Moore, as well as Ashley Crick, Carly Hunt, Ellie Links, and Autumn Crick, the sophomores.
15, Miss Emma.
And on the freshman side of things, Presley Clark, TK Hastings, along with Samaya Payne, Amelia Richardson, Lainey Cox, Keely Davis, Alicia Pollard, and Lyric Blair. For Motlow State, there are a couple of sophomores. Aaliyah Brown, I certainly remember her from last season. Adara Martinez, also the second sophomore. And the freshman Jasmine Webster, Danica Stovall, Emily Denby, Alicia Davis, Sable Winfrey, who leads the team in scoring here in this early going of the season. Ayan Ali, a freshman, as well as Emma Sazanoff, Anam Ali, and Katie Fletcher. Again, the Bucks are led by Coach Daniel Price as we get underway from Copperweld Arena on the campus of Motlow State. And the tip is between Fletcher and Ashley Crick as we get underway now. Driving to the paint, and a close call there as Fletcher had a good scoring chance. Trying to work it inside and picking things off are the Bucks. And again, trying to get something off the glass was Sable Winfrey, the leading scorer from McMinnville, Tennessee. Bringing it down, Carly Hunt. And driving inside on the paint. Now here is Crick, who knocks down a two-pointer. And down the court they come. And a three-point shot. Making it a 3-2 game. And here's Crick trying from 3 points, in and out. And back down the court go the Bucks. And trying to get it in was Stovall. As the Lady Panthers get it now to Maya Moore. Moore driving and trying to flip it off the glass. And we have a foul. As Moore will step to the line. Maya with a 10-point average in the early going of the season. She is from Knoxville, a sophomore guard. And that free throw tying it up. And she sinks both. To put the Panthers up quickly here. And driving for Motlow, and off the side of the backboard. That's Alicia Davis, number 5. And Davis with it now. Getting it to Winfrey. Back over to Davis. And in and out. And now Carly Hunt bringing it down. Getting it to Moore. And the tall player, Amelia Richardson, who's only a freshman, number 15, out of Westmoreland, Tennessee. And racing back down are the Bucks. And a three-point attempt is good. Down the court come the Panthers now. And it goes out of play. Hunt will inbound it for the Lady Panthers, getting it in the far corner. Now Fletcher will inbound it for the Bucks, and it's swatted out by Richardson. Racing down toward the Bucks net, but has the shot attempt thwarted. As Danica Stovall attempting on the shot. Now inbounding it, Sazanoff. And we get a whistle. That will send Winfrey to the line. Sable Winfrey, the leading scorer for the Bucks. She's a freshman guard, as we mentioned earlier, out of McMinnville, Tennessee. She comes from Warren County High. And she sinks the freebie. And that will make it 7-5 Bucks. Driving, trying to get it in the paint. Now here's Moore with a nice little shot, but a little too strong off the glass. Therefore, the offensive rebound is Crick. And a nice drive, attempting drive there from Davis. And we have a travel call. .6:17 remaining in the first stanza here. Fletcher inbounding it, getting it to Davis. Davis directing traffic. In the near corner now. And the ball almost stolen. Ultimately, the Bucks do come up with it. We do have a pushing foul. And we get a traveling call. As we get a sub now, as Winfrey steps out, and Aaliyah Brown, number 11, in now. Far corner, trying to feed it inside to Samaya Payne, number 14. Now here is Crick driving in the paint, but has her pocket pick. Racing back down the floor come the Bucks. And Alicia Davis hits the deck. Alicia out of Hopkinsville, Kentucky, went to Hopkinsville High. Sazanoff will inbound it. Coach Quan Dudley sending in TK Hastings for Carly Hunt for the Panthers. Davis looking for an opening, looking for a lane. It quickly closes. There's Fletcher to grab it, and almost picked off by Crick. Working her way to the bucket, but nothing there. Still tied up at 7, as you can see, with 5:14 to go in this first quarter. Samaya Payne will inbound it. And giving it to Moore, and we have another sub as Winfrey comes back in the game for the Bucks. Here's Moore. Giving it now to Hastings. Far corner to Lynx, Ellie Lynx, number 23. Hastings driving to the bucket, just a little short. As now the Bucks with an errant pass. Moore gets it to Hastings, a nice bounce pass in the paint, and a nice pretty play to make it 9-7. And we have a foul that sends Sazanoff to the line. Emma Sazanoff, a freshman guard. She's from Lynchburg, Tennessee, just down the road. And that shot good. A change of possession as Fletcher inbounds it. And racing down the floor, Danica Stovall. That too hard off the glass as the Lady Panthers back. And a nice pretty move, but for naught from Moore. But Moore with it again, and a nice kiss off the glass from Ellie Lynx. And taking it all by herself is Winfrey. A nice close game here thus far. Pellissippi State up by 1. As Davis brings it down now for the Bucks. Gets it to Winfrey, who in turn feeds it over to Aaliyah Brown. They lose the handle on it. Back down the floor we go. 3 minutes exactly remaining. Nice bounce pass from Hastings, but can't quite control the pass. And Winfrey back down the floor. And that shot blocked, but up under the net were the Panthers with number 45, Alicia Pollard, but she couldn't get it to go. Back down the floor come the Lady Panthers. Now a three-point attempt is off the mark. 2:09 left to play in the opening quarter. Alicia Davis bringing it down for the Bucks. And almost picked off. And with the left hand goes Stovall, but that doesn't fall. Under 2 minutes to play. And we now see Aaliyah Brown being sent to the line. And that is good. Autumn Crick giving it to Ashley. Now from three-point land, that just misses the mark. Driving is Davis for the bucket. And an errant pass goes out of bounds. And we have a timeout. So we will take one as well on the Game Time Sports Network. Motlow State in a close one here with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. 15-11. Sable Winfrey and Alicia Davis being the catalyst thus far for the Bucks. Winfrey will bring it in. And Alicia Davis taking control. And now Winfrey with it. Sable driving baseline. And Stovall, but back over to Winfrey, who gets it across court to Alicia Davis. Bringing it across now is Ellie Lynx. Lynx feeding it to Ashley Crick. Back to Ashley. Gets it to Richardson, and Ashley driving to the bucket, but a battle for the ball with Winfrey. So both number 10 scrambling for the basketball. Katie Fletcher, the forward out of Moore County, Tennessee, inbounds it, and now she will run with it. With a pass to Davis, and just missing, rolling in and out. Now Lynx comes back across, finding Crick across the way. We get a whistle. Richardson just tosses it up, trying to beat the buzzer, and fails to do so. As we will now move to the second quarter here, with the Bucks up 15-11. Again, this is the Game Time Sports Network as we get our feet wet with Motlow State basketball. They moved the games up on us here. Originally, this game was due to start at 5:30 Central, but they moved it up an hour. So in case in case you're wondering what happened, well, that's what happened. They moved things on us here. The men's game, which was scheduled to get underway at 7:30, it too being moved up an hour. So a 6:30 start, scheduled start for the men's game. Our next game will be 10 days from now. Jackson State coming here to Motlow. The women's game scheduled for 2 p.m. on the 22nd. And the men's game scheduled for 4 p.m. against Jackson State on the 22nd. And, of course, we're scheduled to carry that as well. Play resuming. We're in the second quarter. Crick trying to get it inside to her sister. But there is Richardson to collect things and make the bucket to add two more to the Pellissippi State side of the ledger. quickly back, racing back down the floor as Richardson takes it. Feeds it off to Crick. And Ashley can't quite make it connect. And Alicia Davis now with the bright pink shoes. Gets it to Stovall. And driving toward the bucket. Number 15, Emma Sazanoff. She is fouled and will go to the line. And good on her first attempt. Moore losing the handle, but there's Ashley Crick to grab it to keep possession. Now Autumn with a turnaround. Gets her own rebound. Nicely done, Autumn Crick, to put a couple more on the board for the Lady Panthers. And now Motlow State adds a couple more. A big three-point attempt and banking it off the glass for a three-pointer. Pellissippi State bringing it down, finding Moore. Moore driving to the basket, has it taken away. Here comes Davis now. And putting it in for two more, the Bucks. Maya Moore giving it now to Carly Hunt. And off the glass, but nothing there. Stovall. Now here's Winfrey driving. Stovall now. And there is Carly Hunt. And she gets called for the foul. And that will send Danica Stovall, 5'7" guard from Winchester, Tennessee. That'll send Danica to the line. So she sinks them to put us now at 22-18. Richardson has 2 bucks on her. Davis brings it down for the Bucks. Being chased by Carly Hunt. Davis looking for a lane, has it picked off. And the Lady Panthers not able to capitalize initially, and there's a jump ball with Autumn Crick and Stovall. Crick certainly with the height advantage. Both of the Crick girls coming in listed at 5'10". Down the floor comes Stovall. And this is Martinez, 14 in the game now for Coach Price. Ultimately, Stovall coming up with it. Some intense defense from Pellissippi State. And a shot, no good. Down the floor come the Lady Panthers. Autumn Crick feeding it inside to Lainey Cox. Nothing there. And an easy bucket for Martinez. And looks like she got away with a travel there. Martinez will inbound it. Maya Moore will take a seat, and Ellie Lynx will come sub for her for Pellissippi State. 5.5 to go in the second stanza here. From the three-point line, in and out, as Aaliyah Brown had a good look. Autumn Crick gets it now. And inside, and getting the fortuitous roll was Lainey Cox for Pellissippi State. Here's Brown. Back over to Fletcher, who now gets it to Stovall, but here is Martinez. Back over to Fletcher. Fletcher over the bucket. Good defense there from Pellissippi State. Lainey Cox. I believe now they're saying that a Motlow player last to touch. Oh, and that pass over the head of everybody. Katie Fletcher will get it in to Winfrey. And Sable racing down the court. Gets it back over to Katie Fletcher. Now there's Davis. Winfrey with a nice little zig while the Pellissippi State defenders zag. There's Stovall, knocks down the three-pointer. Beautiful shot. Autumn Crick trying the three-point shot. And Sable Winfrey comes up with the defensive rebound. And that shot does count. That will send Davis to the line. Lainey Cox, good move, puts two more on the board for Pellissippi State. So, a foul called. That does send Winfrey to the free throw line. And off the front of the rim. And she sinks that one. Nice move there, and now from the three-point line, and that is a three-point shot for Pellissippi State. Off the mark was Sazanoff. Carly Hunt brings it down for the Lady Panthers. Under 3 minutes to play. Carly giving it to Richardson. Richardson driving to the bucket and lays it in for an easy layup. Here's Richardson. Or pardon me, Davis. Alicia Davis. Stovall now finding Sazanoff from the free throw line, and a nice jumper for the 2 points. Nice jump shot there from Hunt, but it misses. Emily Denby, number 4 from Lebanon High. She in the game for Coach Price and Motlow State. And a battle for the ball between Ellie Lynx and Stovall. Danica Stovall, she's a scrappy little player. Yeah, she will get in there and mix it up. And the three-point attempt from Lynx, no good. Pellissippi State with the rebound, though. We've got a foul. Aaliyah Brown coming in. Linby and Stovall will go out, and also coming in, Katie Fletcher for Motlow State. Up at the free throw line is Ellie Lynx. And Ellie knocks that one down. That rolled in and out, but the offensive rebound. Carly Hunt being guarded now by Davis. Carly with a three-point attempt, and swish! A beautiful shot from Carly Hunt to close in on the Bucks. Now Hunt with the theft of the ball. Racing back down the floor are the Lady Panthers. From the three-point line is Lynx, and doubling up on the three-pointers. Inbounding the ball, Samaya Payne in the game for Quan Dudley's Lady Panthers. Richardson now, and she is fouled. I believe that was Fletcher that got a hand in there. Under a minute to play, as you can see from the clock in that shot. Amelia Richardson is a freshman from Westmoreland, Tennessee, and she knocks that down. Katie Fletcher will bring it in for the Bucks, getting it to Alicia Davis. Back over to Fletcher. Katie running it down in the near corner now. And losing the handle as both Alicia Davis and Carly Hunt hit the floor. Stovall inbounding it. And Hunt gets called for the foul. That will send Aaliyah Brown to the free throw line. Oh, and a tough break there as that rolls in and out. But Aaliyah able to sink one of two. Under 30 seconds to play in this half. Lainey Cox finding Hunt. Hunt driving, now flips it back over to Richardson, and they do a little nice passing here. And from the three-point line, just coming up short. Davis with Lady Panthers all over her. So Aaliyah Brown now, she will step to the line for two shots with just under 2 seconds to play. And if she makes this next shot, we'll be tied up as we go into the half. And that is the case. 1.7 seconds left in this first half. And from the half court shot, nothing doing there, but man, what a game as we are tied up as we go into the locker room here. Copperwell Arena on the campus of Motlow State is where we are. So here at halftime, we'll step aside and take a brief break as well and return for the second half. Thank you for joining us. This is the Game Time Sports Network. It's Jay Harper. Join me and Nashville radio legend John Bozeman, known as Johnny B, as we gab about all things radio, entertainment, and music in the Circling the Drain podcast. We share stories and experiences from our more than 90 combined years of being in the biz. Yeah, we're old. Come along for the ride. You never know where it may take you. It's the Circling the Drain podcast, available every Wednesday morning on all podcast platforms. as we prepare to get underway with the third quarter, the second half here. All tied up as the Bucks and the visiting Pellissippi State Lady Panthers duking it out here in the opening home contest for conference play for Motlow State, as the Bucks and Coach Price have got their hands full here. This Pellissippi State squad, a scrappy little team. Coach Quan Dudley and his assistant Cassidy Hill working with two returning players from last season. That would be the Crick sisters, Ashley and Autumn. But the remaining players are all new to the program. I'm Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. The men's game due to begin in about an hour. Yes, the games were moved up. They were originally scheduled. The women were due to get underway at 5:30 Central Time. The men at 7:30, but they moved things up an hour. And if you think you were surprised, well, you're not alone. Thankfully, I got here earlier than usual to set up and discovered, guess what? You're starting an hour early. Oh, really? As we now get underway. As Pellissippi State has the ball stripped away by the Bucks, and quickly they put a couple on the board to go up by 2. Autumn Crick looking for some help, tries to get it over to her sister, Ashley. Now here is Davis running down the floor, passing it off to Fletcher, and Katie puts it in for 2 more for the Bucks. Hunt bringing it down now for the Lady Panthers. Passing it off to Autumn Crick. Autumn with a couple of dribbles, giving it to Maya Moore. Moore looking for some space. Gets it over to Hunt, who in turn gets it to Richardson, who puts it in. Winfrey with a long pass, and now some good ball movement, but Davis cannot keep control and has it stripped away. Autumn Crick bringing it down now for the Lady Panthers, feeding it off to Hunt. Hunt gets it to Richardson. Back over to Hunt, who gives it the heave-ho. It doesn't go. There's the offensive rebound from Richardson. That won't fall. Finally, the Bucks come up with it. Pass to the far corner for Davis. Davis with a little shake and bake, but loses the handle. Coach Price having a little conference with Katie Fletcher. Now Katie takes her position on the far corner and receives the inbound. And can't control the pass. As Sazanoff can't quite get a good grip on that pass as Hunt brings it down now. Short on that shot. Davis collects it. Alicia bringing it down, getting it to Sazanoff. Now over to Winfrey. Nothing there. Hunt with the rebound. Back down the floor. Gets it to Richardson. Walks with the ball but doesn't get the call. She gets 2 points, however. Winfrey looking for a lane, finds one, and a nice move to put a couple in. Richardson turns around, tries to spin it off the glass, doesn't make it. Winfrey now comes up with it. Gets it over to Sazanoff. Trying to keep it alive, but there is Maya Moore to pick it off for the Lady Panthers. And Maya has it blocked by Winfrey. And it looked like Sable got all ball there, and apparently she did. The inbound to Moore. Hunt tries it and makes a beautiful shot. That'll tie us back up at 41. And we all hit the floor here as Davis and Moore get tangled up. Sazanoff inbounding it now to Winfrey. Sable just gets it right back to Sazanoff, and that goes a little too far. 6:23 remaining in this third quarter. There's Hunt to get the rebound for the Lady Panthers and has it picked off by Winfrey. Winfrey inbounding it now to Davis. Alicia being guarded by Richardson. Now a pass over to Katie Fletcher. Back out to Davis, and that shot is short. Rebound, Pellissippi State. And Moore can't get that layup to fall. A mad scramble under the bucket. We get a whistle. And I believe Hunt gets called for it. Nope. That would be Fletcher. For Motlow gets called for the foul. And that will send the freshman Amelia Richardson to the line. And she knocks that one down to bring Pellissippi State up by one. And she's good for both. That puts the Lady Panthers up by a couple. Sazanoff inbounding it now and gets it back from Winfrey. Sazanoff taking it all by herself. And she is fouled. Ellie Lynx getting called. That will send Sazanoff to the line. We're tied back up at 43 off of the two successful free throws by Sazanoff. And the bounce pass. The bounce pass attempt by Samaya Payne is obstructed. But here's TK Hastings, the freshman, to inbound it now for the Lady Panthers. Trying to get it over, and an errant inbound and easily laid up by Winfrey. Maya Moore looking for some help. Gets it to Richardson in the paint and off the glass for two. Pellissippi State with the press here. Now here is Fletcher giving it to Winfrey. Back out to Sazanoff, and that three-point attempt doesn't go. Hastings grabs it off the rim, bringing it down for the Lady Panthers. And the pass. Davis there to grab it. And gets called for the travel. This game has the earmarks of whoever scores last is going to win the thing. Tied up once again at 45. Maya Moore inbounding it for Pellissippi. There's Richardson looking for some help. Feeding it now to Hastings, and with the right hand, she just rolls it right in there to put Pellissippi State back up by a couple. There's Fletcher, the pass where she's all alone. Can't get that to fall. Back down the court come the Lady Panthers. Near corner to Moore, back out to Payne. Trying the pick and roll, now getting it to Crick. Ashley throws it up there with the left hand and gets it to fall. Pellissippi continuing with the press, and the Bucks just having a bit of bad luck off the rim here in the last couple of possessions. Can't get anything to fall. Back down the floor, and again a miscue as Pellissippi State, we get the timeout as the Lady Panthers up by 6 on the Game Time Sports Network. The Bucks having a difficult time getting anything to fall here in the last couple of possessions, as they've had some decent looks, but not able to capitalize on them. 2 minutes 45 remaining in this third quarter. Coach Daniel Price having a stern chat with his players, by no means angry or, chewing his players out or anything, just being a bit stern with them as they find themselves down by 6 here. But a whole lot of basketball left to play, as Stovall will bring it down now for the Bucks. Davis gets it over to Winfrey, who now gets it to Katie Fletcher. Fletcher being guarded by one of the Cricks, and just again some tough luck as Sazanoff has it stripped away. Hastings now looking for a lane, finding one. Going toward the bucket, and it's off the front of the rim. There's Katie Fletcher to grab the rebound. Now she feeds it off to Winfrey. Sable down the court, and it goes in for a much-needed bucket for the Bucks. Maya Moore bringing it down now, being guarded by Stovall. Danica, tough little player. I'm enjoying watching her. She's, you can tell she's a little fire plug. Feeding it off now to Winfrey, who finds Sazanoff for the three-point shot. That gets the Bucks a bit closer. Yeah. Ashley Crick gets it in the near corner. Over to Payne. Richardson battling it and so far winning that battle, and we get a travel call. Richardson gets popped in the nose. And she's kind of wiping at her nose, wondering if she got bloodied. Apparently not. Sazanoff, good ball movement for the Bucks. Now back over to Winfrey, and just a bit short. Hastings will inbound it now for Pellissippi State with 46 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Hunt bringing it down now for the Lady Panthers. And finding Payne. She decides to take a shot. She gets called for a travel. Taking an extra step. Down the floor come the Bucks. And Richardson gets called for the foul. That will send Sable Winfrey to the line. Sable, the leading scorer thus far. Again, very small sample size, as the team has only played 4 games up to this point. However, she has averaged in those 4 games 21 points a game. That ties us back up. As this third period winds down, Hunt feeding it back over to Richardson, and we have another travel as Richardson, she's been whistled for that a few times here. Winfrey running down the court, has her pocket pick, and we get a whistle now with 2.3 seconds remaining in this third period. Winfrey back to the free throw line. And that is good. So we get a whistle here at the buzzer. Not quite sure what that was about as the refs chat about it. apparently we had a foul that sends Carly Hunt to the line. So with the Bucks up by 1 and 0.3 seconds on the clock, the sophomore from Maryville, Tennessee, ties it up for the moment and has a chance to put them ahead here. And does so. Got another shot here. And Carly makes good on all the shots, all 3. As we now move to the 4th, with the Lady Panthers up by a couple. Jay Harper, Game Time Sports Network. Our next live stream for, well, we've got a men's game coming up here, obviously, after this one, but our next date, 10 days from now, November 22nd, Jackson State coming here to Copperweld Arena on the campus of Motlow State. A 2 o'clock start is what is scheduled for the women, and a 4 p.m. start currently scheduled for the men's game. And that can be found, of course, right here on the Game Time Sports Network. You can also find the streams on our Facebook page. We invite you to go ahead and like the page. When you do that, you're eligible for a Game Time Sports Network prize pack that we give away. That includes a very nice engraved tumbler, a T-shirt, some fans, a ski cap, some pins, all kind of tchotchke stuff. But again, go to our Facebook page, give us a like, and you'll be eligible. We'll just pack it up, send it to you. We're also streaming on Twitch as well as YouTube, our YouTube channel. Go ahead, give that a like. Subscribe there. And we're also on X, formerly Twitter. So you can go to our X page and watch the games as well. And the replays available on our Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Google TV apps. Back to the action we go. And a quick whistle as Richardson takes a tumble. Here comes Alicia Davis, bringing it down now. Gets it over to Sazanoff. Now back to Alicia, who gets it to Winfrey. There is Crick to interfere with things. Autumn Crick now gets it over to Carly Hunt. That shot just off the rim. Hunt to inbound it. Gets it over to Maya Moore. And Carly can't capitalize on that. Racing back down the floor. Sazanoff with the shot. It's off the rim. Here's Davis now. We get a whistle. So I believe they're calling Autumn Crick. She's looking rather incredulous, like, what'd I do? And I believe we get a 3-second violation as Richardson now will inbound it. Carly Hunt bringing it down. Maya Moore being guarded by Davis. Pick and roll and off the glass. Here comes Winfrey, feeding it over now. Fletcher gets it to Davis with Moore on her. Davis gets her own rebound, and now Richardson finally comes up with the shot that doesn't go. Moore feeds it off to Hunt, and what have we here? Davis comes out. Brown comes in for the Bucks. Well, it's possession. Pellissippi State now over to Richardson, being chased by. Well, we may have a charge. Stovall involved in that. Now here's Danica bringing it down. And taking it by herself, but there's Richardson, who is certainly much taller than Danica. As Amelia swats it away, it looks like Richardson will get a breather, and Samaya Payne comes in now. So here is Stovall up at the line. And nothing but net. And good on both. Payne. And she gets called for the travel. Well, these Pellissippi State players have had that called on them here this evening. Stovall bringing it down. Carly Hunt there to greet her. Sazanoff trying to get it inbound and does to Stovall. Stovall gets it to Fletcher. Now Fletcher does a little juke move, gets it back to Winfrey, and a nice shot, 2 points. And back down the court comes Carly Hunt for Pellissippi State. And I believe a non-shooting foul called on Winfrey. We're tied up. Man, this has been a close game. Just back and forth. It's been tied more than it hasn't been. As I said earlier, this has all the looks of a game that whoever scores last wins. Stovall bringing it down now and has her shot blocked by Moore as they race back down the floor. Moore can't get the layup to fall, and there is Stovall to grab the rebound. Sazanoff gets it back over to Stovall. Now Winfrey takes a look, decides to charge the bucket, gets it over to Brown. Brown shot doesn't go. There is Autumn Crick. Autumn bringing it down all by herself and has Katie Fletcher there to greet her. And I believe Brown, though, gets called for the foul. That's Aaliyah. Stovall will get a bit of a break as Alicia Davis comes back in the game. And Autumn Crick's shot Does not go. That one does, however. And that puts Pellissippi State back up by 1. And now losing the ball for a moment were the Bucks, but now they recover. And Aaliyah Brown there to kiss it off the glass and put the Bucks back up by 1. Autumn Crick looking for some help. Gets it over to her sister, Ashley, back over to Autumn, who saves it, but then tosses it out of bounds. Good hustle, though, on the part of Crick. Winfrey being chased down by Payne. Now Katie Fletcher back over to Alicia Davis. Alicia spinning, but the taller Carly Hunt blocking her attempt. And there is Maya Moore to put it in, as Davis comes back down the court now for the Bucks. And Brown, well, they're calling jump ball here. .5:28 to play. And Fletcher will get a breather as Danica Stovall back in the game for Coach Price. Carly Hunt with a little jumper. Doesn't go. There is Winfrey to grab it. Back down the floor. She gets a nice pass to Stovall, but there is Carly Hunt to reject that shot. All ball. Carly back down the floor for Pellissippi State, up by 1. And we have a foul away from the ball. Here's Winfrey, a little shake and bake. Gets it over now to Davis. Back to Stovall. Winfrey can't get it to go, a little short off the side rim. 4:47 remaining, as you can perhaps see on the clock there. Sazanoff inbounding it now to Brown, and has Crick there to interrupt that shot. These Crick girls, hustling players, have a good outside game in addition to their inside game. Winfrey's shot is no good. Here comes Autumn racing down. Danica Stovall on her hip. And I believe Autumn was fouled on her way to the bucket. So she will step to the line to attempt 2. And can't connect on either attempt. Down the floor come the Bucks. Sazanoff racing by herself, and it's good for 2. That puts the Bucks up by 1. Moore feeding it out to Hunt, who gets it over to Autumn Crick, and that won't fall for Payne. Rebound, Bucks. Winfrey has her pass intended for Davis. As that pass touched by Carly Hunt. And Carly Hunt, she's everywhere. Chasing things down as she is right there with Davis. And Alicia can't get that to fall. Gets her own rebound, but does manage for that second attempt. Some good hustle there, paying off. .324 left in this game as the Bucks find themselves up by 3, but they've got a long way to go here. As this game just back and forth. Carly Hunt got it over to Payne, who gave it a try. And now here is Stovall racing down the floor. Gets it over to Winfrey, and now Davis's shot is no good, but there's Brown to grab a rebound, and we get a foul. And I believe Carly Hunt gets called. That will send Aaliyah Brown to the line. Ashley Crick coming in now as Hunt will take a seat after that foul. 3 minutes, 1 second remaining. That a little short. These free throws meaning so much in this tight game. Payne now feeding it off to Autumn Crick. Crick backing away, trying to get it to Moore, and does. Maya, and we hear another whistle. And I think they call Stovall for that one. Maya Moore up to the line for Pellissippi State. And off the back of the rim. And it looks like Coach Price is going to send Katie Fletcher back in as she waits to check in. And gets a fortuitous roll on that attempt. (63-59). Our score with 2:45 remaining. The men's game scheduled to get underway here in about 20 minutes. My guess is it may go a little bit later than that for the start. And yes, they did move these games up an hour. Originally, the women scheduled at 5:30 Central and the men at 7:30. And, well, we started at 4:30 for the women. The men, they're scheduled, as I said, to get underway at 6:30. Back in action we are. Katie Fletcher gets it over to Alicia Davis. Now back to Katie as she is chased down by Richardson. Alicia Davis finds a lane. Now feeds it back over to Katie Fletcher. Winfrey looking for some help. And that lobbing inbound pass picked off by Maya Moore. Moore now looking for assistance. Maya feeding it to Crick. Now Richardson from the far corner doesn't go. And a good hustle for the ball. Katie Fletcher will inbound it now. And I guess they're saying that she crossed the line before she got rid of the ball. Fletcher checks out. Brown in for the Bucks. The inbound pass to Richardson as Winfrey falls down. The shot no good. Well, now it's Stovall with the ball. Sazonov had it there. Now Winfrey will inbound it for the Bucks. Under 2 minutes to play. Here's Moore as she falls. This one referee, he really likes the sound of his whistle. The other two haven't really called much. Ashley Crick to the line. And a little discussion at the scorer's table with the ref that likes the sound of his whistle. I guess we got getting something squared away here. Winfrey will take a seat, and it's Katie Fletcher, number 21, back in for Coach Price. So back to the line goes Ashley Crick. Ashley out of Smyrna, Tennessee. And she is good on that shot. Can't get that one to fall. And back down the floor goes Davis. But it's picked off. Here comes Moore now. Under 90 seconds to play. Maya Moore feeding it on the far corner now to Lynx. And we have a full timeout as Coach Quan Dudley wants to have a chat with the troops for the Pellissippi State Lady Panthers. We'll step aside briefly on the Game Time Sports Network. It's Jay Harper. Join me and Nashville radio legend John Bozeman, known as Johnny B, as we gab about all things radio, entertainment, and music in the Circling the Drain podcast. We share stories and experiences from our more than 90 combined years of being in the biz. Yeah, we're old. Come along for the ride. You never know where it may take you. It's the Circling the Drain podcast, available every Wednesday morning on all podcast platforms. Motlow State hanging on by their fingernails here with only a 2-point lead with 1:21 remaining. As this game has, as I said earlier, it's been tied more than it has been led by either team. so evenly matched. Lynx chasing down Stovall here, and we get a whistle. Sazanoff inbounds it. Now here's Davis. And off the glass, doesn't fall. And hitting the floor hard is Alicia Davis. Richardson goes down too. A minute 6 to play, and Davis will get to the line, trying to add to this minuscule lead. Laney Cox checking in for Coach Quan Dudley for Pellissippi State. Laney, number 24, a freshman from Knoxville. Davis connects on that. And can't get that second one to go. There's Moore, who grabs it for the Lady Panthers. Being guarded by Davis. Now Moore backing away. Now charging, trying to find the lane. There's Aaliyah Brown, who threw her hands up, blocked her. Under a minute to play. And foul called as Katie Fletcher will step to the line. Every free throw so crucial. Oh, and just bouncing around the rim. And can't connect on either opportunity. And we get a timeout. And it's a 30-second timeout. As we mentioned, the men's game due to follow this one. Slated for a 6:30 start. It doesn't look like that's going to work, as we're at 6:18 now. November 22nd will be the next games facing Jackson State as they come here to Motlow State at Copperweld Arena. A 2 o'clock start for the ladies, a 4 o'clock start for the guys. And that, of course, here on the Game Time Sports Network can also be viewed on our Facebook page, our X page, our YouTube channel. And on Twitch. Under a minute to play. Lynx tries to get it over, and a pass. It just had too much on it. And Autumn Crick, who, again, one of the taller players for Pellissippi State, it was way over her head as she could not corral the pass. Alicia Davis, just trying to kill some clock here. Now, back down the floor comes Pellissippi State. 15 seconds to play. The three-point shot is good! And that ties us up at 10.8 seconds remaining. What a shot from Ellie Lynx. My goodness. Yeah, we've got overtime written all over this one. What an amazing shot from Ellie Links, a three-point shot to tie this game up. Those missed free throws looming really large now for Motlow State. Here we go. Stovall running it down the court, trying to find a shot. Off the glass and at the buzzer. Aaliyah Brown puts it in. And we have a victory, a conference victory for Aaliyah Brown and Motlow State. And my prediction holds true. The last team to score wins, and that is indeed the case. As Motlow State comes up with a miraculous victory, a heartbreaker for the Lady Panthers. But Motlow State coming out victorious 66-64 on a buzzer beater from Aaliyah Brown. What an amazing game. Back and forth, back and forth. Pellissippi State looking so tough. Coach Quan Dudley and his crew have got to be heartbroken. But hey, Motlow State hanging tough and doing what they had to do to come out with a conference victory and remain 5-0 overall. So as you can see, the men are warming up now as they will get underway here in about 20 minutes. They put 20 minutes on the clock. So we will shut down this stream. Go to GameTimeSportsNetwork.com and you can find the men's game. Now, it will say it starts at 7:30 on the website, but they moved the games up an hour on us. So the live stream, though, will still be operational when you click that link that says 7:30 on it. So don't let that throw you. Also, we'll be on Facebook Live as well as X, Twitch, and our YouTube channel. So that will wrap us up for this ladies' game. Man, if the men's game's anything like this one, I'm gonna need I'm gonna need a tranquilizer. So thanks for joining us for this one. We will rejoin you here in about 20 minutes on the new live stream for Pellissippi State and Motlow State men coming up on the Game Time Sports Network.